Okay, so this is Jacob Cordero with Wiredframe, and today we're going to go over the WordPress 3.5 blog system to just show you how to make a new post as well as kind of editing maybe a previous post that might already be there. So right now the screen that we're looking at is the dashboard screen. This is the screen that you're always going to see every time that you log into the system. So we've basically just logged in, we've typed in our credentials, and now we are at the dashboard. So this is where we're going to be every time. And there's two different ways from here that we can get to the area where we can view our post and select to add a new post. So if we look here under the Right Now section where it says Posts, if we click there, it's going to take us right into the section. Or we can go over here to the left sidebar where all of our toolbars are, and we can just click on Post. And that's what we're going to do right now to get into that area. So here we are into our section where we can make a new post. These are all of our previous posts that we have that are already live on the website. And if you look up here, you're going to see Add New. This is what we're going to do to create a new post. So every single time you want to add a new post, you just come in here, click Add New, and that'll bring us right in. Okay, so here's the area where we're going to put in the title of our post. This is going to be the body of the post here, and then below we have a couple of other options that I'll run through for you here in just a second. So when you come into post a new posting into the blog, part of the idea that you want to keep in mind is this post should be something that is going to be relevant news for people to learn about the company, or something engaging for users when they get over into your particular website. Also, you want to make sure that your posts are searchable through the search engines, and that people can find any information that maybe you could be talking about and end up on your website reading the information that they were most interested in. So there's about 7 different ways that the WordPress blog will allow for searchable content from your website into the search engines. And the title of the post, as we look up here, right here, is going to be one of the most important places for that, the searchable content to be found as you post. So we want to make sure the title of our post is something that's, obviously relevant to the body of what we're writing in the post, but also something that's interesting and, once again, searchable through the search engine. So we don't want to make a post that says, let's say if we were talking about gardening, we wouldn't want to say tips for gardening. We would want to say, 5 tips to growing the best tomatoes ever. And that's going to be a little bit more interesting and a little bit more likely for people to click on if they were searching for, tips on growing tomatoes, and you happen to populate through the searches with your blog post. So just keep in mind, you want your title to kind of be like a headline. You want it to have some kind of a hook. Okay. So here I'm going to go ahead and just type in a title here. Okay, so there's the title of our post, and now we're going to go into the body. The body of this is pretty much where we're going to put in all the meat to the post. Any kind of text content, video, photography, audio, anything that we're going to put in here is going to go into the body. So you'll notice that there's some tools that you're very familiar with: bold, italic, strike through. These are all the formatting tools that we need to use inside this body area. We want to make sure that when we bring text in from, let's say, a Word document or a website or some other source, that we don't bring it into and paste it into this body area with any already formatted sections to that. In other words, if we're copying out of a Word document and the document has bold or italics, or there's special formatting for different fonts or something, we want to remove all the special formatting before we paste it in here, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a second. But if we do not remove the formatting and we bring it into here, a lot of times some funny stuff happens when we try to publish the post and try to put it live. So we want to make sure that all text content is without any special formatting, and once we drop it in here, then we will use the bold, the italics, the strike through, all these different options to do any formatting. And I'll show you what we're talking about here in just a second. This is a really cool little button here, this block quote button. This is going to be something that you want to use if you want to have something in your text stand out. So let's say if we want a certain area or section to stand out, we would click this button and then we would type in or we would paste in the text content we would want to go there, and when we were complete we would click that button again, and then that would highlight that section. Also, we would use this if we were quoting something from, let's say, USA Today or Forbes, or something of that nature. That would be a button that you want to use. So let's go ahead and let's just grab some text right now. I'm going to grab some text from Microsoft Word document. So I'm going to grab the text here, and then I'm going to show you, because the text that I'm grabbing right now has some special formatting to it. So I'm opening up Notepad. Notepad is a plain text editor that comes with Windows. It's usually found in your accessories if you have Windows. And it's a great program to use to remove all special formatting from your text. So let me show you here. My text here in Word, I'm copying out of here, and you can see that there's some bold here, and there's some links, and there's not really a whole lot of other special formatting on this document, but just to be safe, I'm going to drop it into Word, or I'm sorry, Notepad here, and you can see that it's removed all special formatting. So now I'm going to copy it out of Notepad, and then get this out of the way, and then I'm going to drop it into here. Okay, so now I've just pulled all this, and you can see all the text looks the same. So this way, from here, I can do all my special formatting utilizing these buttons, and when I utilize these buttons, it automatically creates the HTML and the CSS code that is necessary to display properly through WordPress. So it's just very important that we do format within here. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to do any special formatting that I needed to do. I believe I had a couple of different, so this was going to be bold. So I'm going to highlight that. These were bold. So I'm just going to highlight that. And you can see I'm just, highlighting just like you would in Microsoft Word or your email program or whatever it is that you normally are used to using. So let's talk for a second also on creating links, because this is also a thing that we're going to do quite a bit. Okay, so links are always great to have in your blog post. Anything that you can do to kind of send some people and cross-reference or anything like that to back up or to source your content is always a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and click the link button now that I've highlighted this website that I want to link to. So click that, and then I'm going to type in the full URL for where I want to link to. And then if you look below here where it says open link in new window or tab, I always do that. That way it sends whoever clicks on that link, it sends them to a new page, and it doesn't take them away from reading my blog and from where they're at on my website. So when they're done looking at the page that they've gone to by clicking the link and they close that, the blog that they were reading is still there and my website's still there. So the last thing you want to do is send somebody away from your website when they've came there through a search engine or some other source, and they were doing some research on your company or looking into something that you talked about. You want to make sure that they stay on your page. So I'm going to do the same thing here. This is just actually the same exact link. And I'm going to add that there. Okay, so that's pretty much, looks like that's pretty much it for kind of creating that post in there. So now that we're done with more or less the body, I want to add in a little bit of a photo here. So this add media button, this is going to be how we add in any photo, video, audio, pretty much anything we would want to add that's not text content into our post. So I'm going to click this button here, and I'm going to select a photo from our library that's already kind of been dropped in here at some point. And I'm going to click that photo, and you'll see over to the right, this is the details on the photo. Here's the size of that photo, here's the title, and the title, just like the title of our blog post, is searchable content. So a photo by itself is not searchable. Once we place a title on that photo, it is now searchable. So we just want the title to be relevant for the photo. You will not see the title unless we click on the actual photo while we're reading the blog. Then it will take us to a new page where the title will appear above the photo and the photo will appear in full size, which here the full size is showing 640 by 427. So in our blog post, it's probably going to appear a little bit smaller than that. Anyhow, the caption is going to be what would show up underneath the photo. So if we wanted to place maybe a sentence or two, or however much text content we would like to place to appear underneath that photo, we would type all that in here. Okay. So I'm just going to place this in here. Also, if we wanted to add a new photo, let's say from your hard drive, all you would do is click Upload Files right here. And you could even just drag the photo right in once we do click Upload Files, or you can find it, on your hard drive. And once it pulls it in, then you can also click on that photo and type in the title or a caption or anything like that. So that would be how you also would grab a photo from your hard drive. So we're going to insert this into Post. And it is now inserted in. It's placed the photo here. You want to notice something, that my cursor was in the middle of the text content when I placed the photo in. So I don't actually want that there. So I'm going to click the photo and I'm going to click Delete Image. Okay? So now it's removed that image, and I want the photo to actually be at the top before any of my text content. So I'm going to place the cursor here, and we're going to do it once again. So I'm just going to go in here, click on the photo, and click Insert into Post. Okay. So now there's my photo, and there's my text content. Okay. So that's it for the body. That's going to be my full post. A couple of other really important things here. We want to make sure that we always preview right here, preview before we publish. Okay, and that'll give us a sample of exactly what we're going to see once the ad has been, or the blog post rather, has been published. But before we even preview, we want to do a couple of other things here. You can preview at any time, but I want to do this first. Categories, we want to make sure that we're placing this in the right category. So this is a news post. We want to place it in the news section. On this system, there's already been 2 categories created, news and testimonials. On your end, you might have a bunch of categories that you might have already pre-selected or pre-designed, and you can always add new categories. But in this setup, it's already set up to where we're going to post anything to our news category automatically goes to our news section of our website. So we're just going to make sure that that's checked. And then the tags are probably one of your other most important ways that this particular blog post gets to be found through the search engines, as well as how it's sorted in your through your website when users come through. So we can add as many tags as we want. In this case, more is not better, even though it does help to be found. We want to make sure that our tags are relevant, of course, to the post, but also the more that we can utilize similar tags that have been used in the past, the easier it is for users to go through and find the post that they're most interested in an organized format. And also, the more relevant that tag becomes through the search engines. So the more that we use one particular tag, the more, I guess you can say, it's more relevant for the search engines to pull you up. So that's the ideal situation, is if we can continue using the same tags for more than one post. So if you click here where it says choose from the most used tags, you can see that these are all the tags that have been utilized in the past for any other blog post that's been done. So the idea is, if we can go ahead and try and find some tags that we maybe already have used in the past that are going to be relevant for this particular post here. So I'm going to click on, let's see here. Doesn't look like there's really any particular tags that jump out here that would be relevant for this post. So we're just going to put, we're going to create some new tags here. So monsoon season will be 1, and we'll just separate it with a comma. Let's type in Phoenix weather hazards. So that would probably be okay. You know, we really want to have like 3 good descriptive posts in our, at least as far as descriptive tags in our post. So I'm just going to have the 2 for now. But the idea is, like I said, if we can go ahead and group, you know, as many tags as possible with, you know, tags that have been used in the past, that's really the ideal situation. So basically, once we publish this post, the tags are going to appear at the bottom of the post. And if I click a particular tag, so let's say, for example, this tag, this post has monsoon season, like I put here. So I'm just going to click add. So we see monsoon season is going to be one of the tags at the bottom of the post. So if I click that tag at the bottom of the post as a user reading this blog post once it's published, this search engines, Google's actually going to search my website and display all the posts that I've ever done that have the tag monsoon season. You see, so this is a way that I can easily go to your blog section of your website or your news section and pull up all the posts that I'm most interested in. So you can see the problem. If we have a million different tags, that doesn't really help us, you know, have some kind of organization to our blog system and allow users to easily find what they're looking for. And the same as far as the search engine is concerned. If we have a million tags, that's not creating any relevance for any particular tag over the next. So once again, the idea is to be able to group your tags with relevant content from that post, but also make it to where, you know, the tag is utilized, you know, in more than one post. The ideal situation is to have your post fall under, maybe let's say, you know, a good handful of other tags that have been used for a particular post. So the main idea, once again, is to be able to use the same tag in more than one post. Okay, and so that's the main point with that. So now that we're done, we've selected our category, we've added our tags. Okay, and let's go ahead and give this a preview. Okay, clicking preview is going to open up a new window, and there's my new post. Okay, there's the title, there's the date, there's the photograph, and there's the text content. And we'll see right here, here are my 2 tags. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the basics of creating a new post. At this point, once we were ready to complete this post, we would just click publish, and that would publish the post live. Okay, and then that would be it. The post that we just did would now be live on our website. So let's go back, and I want to show you quickly how we can edit a post. It's very simple to edit a post. I just click post. Actually, I'm going to take you all the way back to the dashboard, so just to kind of get you used to this system. Once we log in, like I said, the dashboard, this is the screen we're going to see when we log in. And I'm going to get into the post section the other way I explained to you under this right now area where we click post here. This gets us into the same place we were just at, where we can create new posts or we can edit previous posts. So we can see here, this is all the posts that have already been done, okay, and that are already live on the website. And in order to edit one, all I have to do is click on it. Okay, so I can click on it there, or I can click edit, either one. I'm going to just click on that. And now here I am at a post that's already been done. So if I wanted to make a little bit of a change here, let's say I wanted to say, instead of doors, I want to put windows. Just type in windows, and that's pretty much it. If I wanted to add a photo, I could just easily either click on this photo and delete it here, or I can just click my cursor right there, and my cursor's flashing on the end of this photo. So if I add a photo right now, it's going to just install it right underneath this one. So I would click add media, and I would add the photo. Okay, And that's pretty much it. Once I'm done doing my edits, I would come down here, and instead of publish, I would click update. Okay, and that's going to just update the changes I've made to my website. Whatever date this blog was initially posted, we can see here it was May the 1st. It's going to automatically update the post that I've done on May the 1st, and it's automatically going to make those changes to my website in my blog section. And I wouldn't want to change the tags if I'm updating and editing the post, because these tags have already populated through the search engines, and they're already kind of a way that my blog section has been organized. So we would want to leave those tags the same, as well as the category the same when we update. Okay, well, thanks very much for spending the time to go over this, and I've hoped you've learned some good, useful basics in posting and also editing in WordPress 3.5. Thank you so much.